Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? This is unbelievable news. OMG. This is breathtaking, paradigm changing. This is a sea change in American politics. What is it that CNN has come up with now? By the way, hit subscribe. This channel is growing ever so slowly, but it's growing. It's like the little engine that could going up the mountain. I love the live streams. It doesn't grow with the live streams, but the live streams are so great. I have so much fun with everybody. And the super chat gives me every incentive to keep rocking these live streams. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a life-altering, life-changing experience right here. What do we have here? What do we have here? CNN. Cohen claims Trump knew in advance of 2016 Trump Tower meeting. What? How is that important? Number one, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, everyone. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a crime of Trump. Let's just say, for example, that Trump knew of the meeting. It's not an illegal act to meet with somebody who says they have Clinton emails. The illegal act would be using an unencrypted, private, autonomous computer server outside the United States government, funneling top secret and special access program intelligence onto that server from outside the U.S. government. That's the crime. That would be the crime, ladies and gentlemen. It wouldn't be Trump knowing of the Trump Jr. meeting. So, CNN, okay, so let me just read you this. So, Michael Cohen, President Trump's former personal attorney, claims then candidate Trump knew in advance about the June 2016 meeting in Trump Tower, in which Russians were expected to offer his campaign dirt on Hillary Clinton. Well, at least he didn't use campaign money to fund a dossier about Clinton that's completely unverified and that's caused everyone to be sued with defamation and libel suits and all these things. Sources with knowledge tell CNN. Okay, Cohen is willing to make that assertion to special counsel Robert Mueller. So what? Let him make any assertion he'd like. Does he have evidence? No. Cohen's claim would contradict repeated denials by Donald Trump Jr., the lawyers, and other administration officials who have said that the president knew nothing about the Trump Tower meeting until he was approached about it by the New York Times in July 2017. First of all, who cares? I hope he knew, and I hope that he found out exactly how Putin hacked Clinton's emails. Then we can get to the bottom of all the Espionage Act charges. Loud Citizen, is it true? Wiener had pics of... and the exposed Clinton. OMG, stop teasing us. Which Clinton? No, stop the horrors. I need fuzzy cuddle real good. Loud Citizen. Loud Citizen, thank you. Loud Citizen, thank you. So, Loud Citizen, thank you, getting the super chat started. To be clear, these sources said Cohen does not have evidence. Well, that's good, such as recording audios to corroborate this claim, but he is willing to attest to his account. Wow. He's willing to attest to his account, but he doesn't have evidence. That's bizarre. Where have we heard that before? How about the entire Trump-Russia nonsense? It's all, we think this is taking place. So this is like a really, really important and crazy. The whole thing is so dumb. It's so stupid and ridiculous. And it's like only a bunch of moronic buffoons, Democrats. Only a bunch of moronic buffoons would be okay with all of this. So here's the quote. I'm sending this to you. So this is the quote from CNN. Sources said Cohen does not have evidence, such as audio recordings, to corroborate his claim. So where's the there? With Clinton, it's always, there's no there. There's no there. Oh, there's no there? Oh, okay. 156 million funneled into the Clinton Foundation, and she meets with those 85 donors who gave 156 million. There's no there. But you know there's no there. So meanwhile, everyone is, you know, all the resistance people who are like completely part of a cult. If Mueller said, drink this Kool-Aid or this punch, it's spiked with cyanide, why don't you drink it? They would all drink it because Mueller said so. They'll believe anything. They're completely delusional. OJ Clinton, thank you. Yeah, this haven't my channel hasn't been giving out alerts today. So Elizabeth Luker, really appreciate your constant updates and endless hours of research. Stay safe, blessed, and vigilant, patriots. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very, very, very much. It is you and everyone here, but on the super chat that gives me every incentive to keep rocking these live streams, because the channel has stopped growing from the live streams, but I have so much fun speaking to everyone. I have so much fun watching everyone interact, and it's just amazing. Elizabeth Luker, thank you. Thank you so very much for the kind words and also for your support of this channel always. Thank you, Elizabeth. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'm just going to go ahead. Here's the actual quote from within. To be clear, these sources said Cohen does not have evidence such as audio recordings to corroborate his claim, but he is willing to attest to his accounts. So what? I love this live chat. Log on, we'll see the HEC. I'll send it again. So thank you so very much, Elizabeth Luker. Thank you. And so there's no evidence. There's no there. There's no evidence at all. Yet, of course, we're supposed to somehow feel that this is the beginning of the end for Trump. What's going on here? Tracking the Russia investigations. This is the stupidest thing. I was saying it was stupid. From the end of 2016, I said they can't be serious about this. All throughout 2017, I said this is absolutely insane. 2018, I said, why is Mueller even here? And Trump is probably almost just enjoying the Mueller probe in a way. Not enjoying, but utilizing it as a buffer between him and any policies that Democrats would want. They're not focused on policies, focused on Russia. That's not going to win them the House. I'm on record. I was on RT, on television, saying that they're not going to win the House or the Senate, and they won't. Donald Trump has been professional and responsible throughout the Mueller. Okay, so I mean, this is a whole bunch of nonsense about nothing. It's a whole bunch of nonsense about nothing. And what do I care? Can I please ask anyone, what do I care if Trump Jr. met with somebody who had Clinton's emails? What I would care about is how that person obtained Clinton's emails. If Clinton's emails were hacked, we need to find out the damage to national security. She had top secret and special access program intelligence. If indeed he was given Clinton's emails, he should have gone straight. he would have gone straight to the campaign. The campaign would have gone to the FBI and said, here is, or the NSA or somebody, and said, here are emails that were obtained. They were hacked, ladies and gentlemen, hacked. And Louis Gohmert, when his Gohmerization took place of everyone, he stated very clearly that there's a third party, a foreign entity that siphoned off Clinton's emails. So Clinton emails Louis Gohmert, foreign entity. Is it like, you know, like what is it? What is it here? What is it here with we see an obvious breach of U.S. national security, and I'm worried. No more, Logan. You know what? I don't know. I just been feeling like wearing polos lately. Elizabeth Luker, thank you as always. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, what do I care if a lawyer told Trump Jr. that she had Clinton's emails? I care about how they were, like, how were they obtained? Because this is the Secretary of State. She put all her emails classified and yoga because she's really into yoga. Okay? Imagine Hillary Clinton. That's what I want you to do before you go to bed tonight. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Sexy yoga stances. Oh, yeah. 7 yoga poses that scream sex. Imagine Hillary Clinton in the puppy dog stretch, or the happy baby, or the firefly. that would be like horror movie scary. Or the reclined big toe, or the downward facing dog, or the standing split. Jeez, how does somebody do that? Imagine Hillary Clinton in the firefly yoga stance. You're welcome. Eric H526. Yes. Yes. Eric H. Everybody has to read what he said. That's pretty awesome. HHG Maga Air, thank you. Yes, we're getting some good comedy here. So this is the Gohmerizing everyone. And he explains exactly that Clinton's emails were hacked by somebody, by an entity, not Russia.
There, Louis Gohmert, and things boiled over with him during the hearing. He blasted Strzok for the impact he had on public trust and the FBI and his personal behavior. The Republican lawmakers there, Louis Gohmert, and things boiled over with him during the hearing. He blasted Strzok for the impact he had on public trust and the FBI and his personal behavior.
The disgrace, what this man has done.
The gentleman from Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eyes
Oh!
and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
Credibility of a witness is always an issue.
Mr. Chairman, please, there's
You know, Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the witness.
forward that you need your medication.
Yeah. But we're not to withdraw it, but we're not done with it yet, because he's going to talk about the siphoning, the packing of emails. HA, ever get to watch Don Jr. and girlfriend Kimberly Guilfoyle speech at Turning Point USA? If you did, what was your thoughts? I thought it was great. I didn't, but you know what? Maybe we'll check that out a little later in this segment. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank, as always. I didn't, but let me just really quickly, let me go ahead and Turning Point speech. I'm gonna make a note to myself to get to that before the segment is over. So Frank, thank you very much. Zane, I don't know, but I know, Zane, that it will take place. The writing is on the wall, and the indicators and everything else there. There's no way that Clinton can continue to commit crimes without getting indicted, and she's still continuing all the same behavior. She still has her security clearance, and she's still using an unencrypted server, or a private server in her basement. So one can only imagine the amount of emails, but classified emails outside the U.S. government. But we're finding out not only see, it is an actual crime. So Frank, quickie, it is long but plays best clips. Okay, but play best clips. I will do that. So Elizabeth, thank you so very, very much. As always, Elizabeth Luker, thank you. Frank, thank you. So he gets to, so Zane, the reason that I know this is because we'll never stop talking about Clinton's emails, because everybody knows she committed crimes and that it was a cover-up. As the layers of the cover-up are peeled away, we get to eventually no excuse for Clinton not being charged. Not just with the Espionage Act. There are also Clinton Foundation's pay-to-play schemes. The Clinton Foundation is still ongoing, still raising money. I did, and BuzzFeed is actually doing journalism now through the law. But she has too many spinning plates. There's too many things that have to take place for her to remain protected. They covered up an overt major crimes. Photos of a sub, and this one sailor was sent to prison for a year away from his wife and child. Now, I'm not even getting to the money that funneled through Clinton's law firm. That was a campaign finance violation. That's a campaign finance violation. Not having sex with, like, Stormy or Karen McDougal or whatever. Pick a crime, any crime. Okay, then you have the pay-to-play schemes. The DOJ and the FBI have ongoing Clinton Foundation investigations. That was in The Hill and the Daily Beast. January 2018, they haven't stopped those. So they're not like overt investigations but there are investigations ongoing as we speak right now with Clinton. And there's a whole bunch of other, people can flip. People are already flipping. Lisa Page is flipping on Strzok. And this is like real flipping and singing, not like Michael Cohen's like, I know something you don't know, and I'm not telling anyone, or I'm telling somebody, but I don't have any evidence. So this is Gomer explaining exactly that the Inspector General initially, Charles McAuliffe initially stated that a foreign entity hacked all her emails. Check this out.
It was a free-for-all, and you heard that comment, and do you need your medication? Congressman Louis Gohmert, did you lose your temper, or did you intend to bring up his personal life decisions?
No, I didn't go into it intending to do that, but as I sat there listening to him so smugly, his little smirk, and he had lied repeatedly, and he knew he was lying, he knew I knew he was lying, and yet he still would lie. And I'm telling you, the unfortunate thing is about that last exchange I had with him, it may have clouded over a very, very important story, and that is that he was told by the intelligence community inspector general's investigator, Frank Rucker, that they had found an anomaly in the emails going to and from Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private server.
The anomaly was that all her emails were stolen, obviously. Obviously. So that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, Dean Diefendorf, thank you. It's Dean Diefendorf. Keep up the good work. Dean Diefendorf. Yes, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Dean Diefendorf. Thank you, Dean. Thank you as always, Dean. Thank you. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
And it was when they forensically examined the anomaly, they found embedded information, and it was a foreign entity, not Russia, but a foreign entity that was getting every single one of her over 30,000 emails.
So wait, Congressman, just to stop you there. Just to stop there. So you're saying that in Hillary Clinton's emails, they were forwarded to somebody else?
Yes, and it was because they were hacked. And Horowitz didn't point that out. You know,
So every single one of her emails that were given to the State Department, not the deleted ones, because she would never let the deleted ones get hacked, of course. But of course, her deleted ones were hacked, obviously. But every single one of her emails that she gave was forwarded to a foreign entity. Who was the foreign entity, ladies and gentlemen? Who was the foreign entity, or what country? What country was the foreign entity, ladies and gentlemen? What country? So, okay, China. Obviously, she traveled to China. If I was Xi Jinping, why wouldn't I go ahead and hack all her emails? Hello? Why wouldn't I go ahead and hack all her emails? Okay, of course it was China. But Michael Hayden, who hates Trump, the former NSA director, he's like, this is Michael Hayden. Hold on, before we get to Louis Gohmert, Michael Hayden is the egghead of all eggheads. Hold on. There you go. Here you go. Hold on. Okay, so here you go. Egghead, Michael Hayden.
That they have access for email. How sure are you that foreign governments did the same?
Services around the world. if they were not already thumbing through all the emails that were kept on that server.
The guy says, I would lose.
And I've said this publicly before, Matt, that if there's a sin here, and we'll find out, if there's a sin.
No, we won't.
It's the original sin. It's setting it up this way. Now everyone's pulling threads on, was that email classified? Was this classified? Who knew what? Sure. You know, the bureau's pulling all.
Can you hear this, by the way?
Anyone who's experienced this in government knows that once you've set this thing up this way,
Gregory, thank you.
it's just going to a dark place. You've got the preservation of government records problem that this just tees up to be a crisis, a catastrophe.
Can you hear this, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, good. So, okay. Gregory Tong, thank you. Gregory Tong, thank you. Thank you, Gregory. Okay, so I'm going to try to get it better. This is Michael Hayden, Egghead. Hayden. And here you have, he's on PBS. Trump doesn't seem to base decisions on objective reality. This is the same guy who's like, I would lose respect for intelligence agencies that didn't hack Clinton's server. Hello? I'd rather have a guy who's apparently not basing things on objective reality that doesn't have a server in his basement. Hello? Where all of his emails, like Clinton, were forwarded to China. So hold on.
And I've said this publicly before, Matt. If there's a sin here, and we'll find out. If there's a sin, it's the original sin. It's setting it up this way. Now everyone's pulling threads on, was that email classified? Was this classified? Who knew what? Sure. And, the bureau's pulling all these threads and so on. But anyone who's experienced this in government knows that once you've set this thing up this way, this is just going to a dark place. You've got the preservation of government records problem that this just tees up to be a crisis, a catastrophe. You've got the dealing with classified information. Look, let's talk in the real world rather than maybe on one of the 7x24 networks. In the real world, busy people write lots of emails for protecting it.
But independent hackers have claimed that they've accessed your emails.
Well, Christopher said that he's been inside of it. Yeah.
Exactly. How sure are you that foreign governments did the same?
So, absent forensic evidence, which obviously I can't get, all right, I work rather from the inductive line of reasoning. I got data, therefore, I go deductive.
Sure,
right?
That's fine.
So going deductive, I would lose respect for scores of foreign intelligence services around the world if they were not already thumbing through all the emails that were kept on that server.
I would lose respect for scores of intelligence services around the world. I would lose respect. Thank you, Speak Truth to Power. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. I would lose respect for scores of intelligence agencies if they were not already thumbing through. Where are the trolls? If there are trolls, I'll just hide them. If they were not already thumbing through Clinton's emails. So okay. That's one. All right, go ahead. All right. So Gregory Tong, thank you. All right, so he already would lose respect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I saw some comments, yeah, and some users that were abusing the comment section, so I just, took care of the situation. But if you just ignore the trolls, if you see any troll, just ignore them, or whatever, just completely ignore them. But this is Gomer. not only did you hear Michael Hayden say it, this is the former NSA director, but this is Gomer saying the same thing. And Gomer's not only saying the same thing, he's saying that they were already warned. Clinton was already warned about this. So, I mean, I'm sorry, Strzok was already warned that her emails, all her emails were already and my buddy Sean made an interesting point. It could have been a foreign entity, could have been an entity, a country, who knows?
And the previous story, that Comey gave us, well, it was not a good server. It was possible that it got hacked, but there was no evidence it was hacked. And then we find out, and that's what I brought out today, that the intelligence community IG brought it to their attention, and they did nothing. Nothing. And this is a foreign entity not related to Russia in the least that is getting everyone. There were only 4 of over 30,000 emails they didn't get. They were going to and from.
Could you imagine? I mean, the level of trust the media gives Hillary Clinton is just, it's mind-boggling. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. It's just unbelievable because to look at what's taken place and to look at the level of delusion, the level of just the inability, the absolute inability of the media to actually do what's right. I mean, they're focused on they're focused on gossip and hearsay. John O'Brien. Yes, a foreign entity hacked all her emails. So what? At least she doesn't have a cacotocracy. Trump's cacotocracy is circling around D.C. as we speak. Trump has a serpentine cacotocracy that must be cut into different pieces. Bobbit style.
No, I didn't go into it intending to do that, but as I sat there listening to him so smugly, his little smirk.
Little smirk.
And he lied repeatedly, and he knew he was lying. He knew I knew he was lying, and yet he still would lie. And I'm telling you, the unfortunate thing is about that last exchange I had with him, it may have clouded over a very, very important story, and that is that he was told by the intelligence community inspector general's investigator, Frank Rucker, that they had found an anomaly in the emails going to and from Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private server. And it was when they forensically examined the anomaly, they found embedded information, and it was a foreign entity, not Russia, but a foreign entity that was getting every single one of her over 30,000 emails. So
every single one of the over 40,000 evil. Mr. Deplorable, go GOHMERT. Thank you, Mr. Deplorable. Yes, go GOHMERT. Absolutely. So So John O'Brien voted for Gus Hall, the commie, the communist commie. But I was never a member of the commie party. But I did vote for Gus Hawley. Hall and Oates. This guy voted for communist. I mean, you hear it and you're like, okay, you know, should I do the research? And oh my God, this is hilarious. CIA director fretted his vote for communist. I don't care. At his first polygraph test and to the CIA, the future CIA director had a secret. What was that? John Brennan on Thursday recalled being asked a standard question. Have you ever worked for a group that was dedicated to overthrowing the US? He's like, well, I did kind of not know never. And now I'm overthrowing the US. Isn't that funny how it works? I voted for a commie first, and now I'm doing it. Ah! I ask every watcher to hit like button and step up your credit card with Google account. Then you can donate through Super Chat. Donate right here. Thank you, Frank. Frank, you are awesome. Frank, you are very, very awesome. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you so very much. We're getting to this. This is going to get good. So Elizabeth Luker, thank you. Mr. Deplorable, thank you. Frank, thank you as always. Mr. Deplorable, go GOHMERT. Thank you, Frank, as always. Okay, so I froze, Brennan said during a panel discussion. This was back in 1980. And I thought back to a previous election where I voted. And I voted for a Communist Party candidate. Oh, wow. It's true I voted for a commie. Commie for mommy. Patricia Marino, thank you so much. Thank you. No, just watching is good enough. Thank you. Patricia Marino, thank you so much. Thank you, Patricia Marino, as always. So John O'Brien voted for a commie for mommy. Isn't that funny? Smokey over the line. Thanks, H.A. O'Brien. Thank you, too. Thank you, Smokey over the line. Thank you, Smokey over the line. I'm going to pontificate about the fabric and cacotocracy of this nation. But don't worry, I voted for a communist. His name was Gus. I thought he was American. Or he could be American commie. I don't know. Communist. American communist. Gus Hall. I thought he was a Republican. He sounded like a Republican. What communist is named Gus Hall? Who is Gus Hall? Let's find out. Oh, he was just the leader of the Commie Party. No problem. Gus Hall was the leader of chairman of the Communist Party USA and is four-time USA presidential candidate. As a labor leader, Hall was closely associated with the so-called Little Steel Strike. Well, I'm all for unions. I do believe that unions are important. Unfortunately, many unions don't do much at all for their members. I am for unions. So Gus Hall... This guy, Brennan, voted for the leader of the Communist Party. Paul Clank, Disney's Hall of Presidents. Robot Hillary, sexy yoga, do the math. Paul Clank. Paul Clank. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Thank you as always, Paul. Smokey over the line. Thanks, H.A. O'Brien. Thank you. Thank you, Smokey over the line. Frank, let's keep that money flowing. Had to wake up, people. Thank you. Frank, thank you so very much. Thank you, Frank. That's greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Well, what can we do now? There's nothing more to do. We just pack up and go. This is just I voted for the Communist Party, Gus Hall. Yes, I did. And there's no shame to that. It's not a problem at all. And I'm going to protect the fabric of this nation by voting for a commie for mommy. Whatever you say, Brennan. Okay. John Brennan, the man, the myth, the former communist voter. Okay.
Told by the intelligence community inspector general's investigator, Frank Rucker, that they had found an anomaly in the emails going to and from Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private server. And it was when they forensically examined the anomaly, they found embedded information, and it was a foreign entity, not Russia, but a foreign entity that was getting every single one of her over 30,000 emails.
So wait, Congressman, just to stop you there. Russia. So you're saying that in Hillary Clinton's emails, they were forwarded to somebody else?
Yes, and it was because they were hacked. And Horowitz didn't point that out. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen, when Clinton gets indicted, we're going to have a nice live stream. The live stream will probably be thousands and thousands of people. Probably, I'd say maybe 4,000 people. Perhaps more. I've hit 2,000. I've hit almost 2,000. Like when I first started, it was like, well, what was happening was the IG report. So if I hit almost 2,000, the IG report, I think, well over 4,000. Well, over 4,000 is achievable. And that's pretty good. This is like pound for pound. This is like the Floyd Mayweather, pound for pound live stream. Like this live stream, we only have 116,000 subs. And even without the notification, we still go over 700, 800. With notification, we go well over 1,000, 1,200. Tomorrow I'm going to start, by Monday, I should say, I'm going to start doing the process for the t-shirts. But Elizabeth Luker, Frank, I'll match you. Others, please donate. Match if you can. It's a necessity to keep our independent journalist on social media. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much. You are very, very, very kind. Both you and Frank are just awesome. And, we're all being vindicated every day. That's the good thing. I mean, the great thing is that every single day, and we're being vindicated, but remember something. Thank you, Patrick. Remember something. Elizabeth, Frank, everyone here, all close to 600 people. There's usually around 1,000. Robert, I'll answer you in a second. Everyone here wants justice, is expecting Clinton to get charged with a crime, pick a crime, any crime. Understands the Clinton Foundation pay-to-play schemes. Understands the Espionage Act statutes she broke, 793F, even if she was too stupid to realize what was going on, which it was all intentional. But remember something, Elizabeth, Frank, everyone. Hillary Clinton will eventually get charged. That, there's no doubt about that. It's a matter of when. We don't know exactly when, but she's a walking criminal. Everything you hear and see regarding politics is to protect Clinton from getting charged. It ain't going to work. Too many spinning plates. Too many. James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, the four other, Sally Moyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, Bruce Ohr, Nellie Ohr, Christopher Steele, Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson. You have BuzzFeed's lawsuit. All of these things taking place. Louis Gohmert, the IG, the Frank Rucker, and Charles McAuliffe regarding the IG report that all her emails were forwarded and siphoned, hacked to an entity, not Russia. And just all I can tell you is that we are on the side, not only of what's going to take place, but pretty obvious when it does happen and people say, gosh, how many people realized this was going to happen before it happened? We all did. Because if Al Capone got it and Richard Nixon got it, they were way more powerful than Hillary. Clinton will eventually get charged. And by the way, once Clinton's charged, you think she cares? She scandal is what they have for breakfast. They brush their teeth and they're like, how many, scandal we're going to. So, Timothy W., thank you, Timothy. Thank you, Timothy, Frank, and Elizabeth, and Timothy W., thank you. Thank you, Timothy. Have a great evening. Thank you. Thank you, Timothy W. Thank you, Timothy. Somebody asked what my NFL team was. Well, I'm a USC football fan, so I went to USC. So I'm a Trojans fan, big Trojans fan. So that's my college football team. It's pretty much my football team. But I mean, let's see. NFL, I don't really have a specific team. I grew up a Raiders fan. But when they left back to Oakland, so I grew up an LA Raiders fan. When they left back to Oakland, I was kind of upset. Thank you, Evan. Thank you. Rose Quartz, thank you as always. So then I kind of was like, okay. I like a bunch of different teams. I like the Bears. I like the Rams. Well, the Rams are in LA now, so I guess I'd have to gravitate towards the Rams. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of teams that I like. I don't really. I used to play fantasy football, so it's like I was just all over the place in terms of. But I like football, so I mean, I guess you could say. I don't know. I don't really have a specific team. There are teams that I enjoy watching the Packers. So yeah, I can't really. It's been a while since I can tell you the teams I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching the Packers, the Eagles, Cowboys I like watching. But really, I'm a USC Trojans fan. So, Timothy W., thank you. Horace, thank you so much. Horace, thank you. Horace, as always, thank you. David Kaplan, David Kaplan, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. I enjoy watching Trump win. Lowrider, yes. David Kaplan, thank you. Horace, thank you. Timothy W., thank you. Frank, Elizabeth Lucio, thank you. H.A. Goodman is a cool bro, and we would both have a great time if we ever met. Representing New York. Go Jets! The Jets. The Jets. I like the Jets. Jets are an interesting football franchise. Got Joe Namath. I mean, can't go wrong with Broadway Joe. Let's see. The Eagles had a great year, obviously. I've had enough of the Patriots, so I know. I mean, I welcome any. Rosie Benuelos, absolutely love listening to you, Rosie. Thank you so very much, Rosie. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. Mag Air, Gomerization, the process of being publicly chastised for unethical or illegal behavior. By the inimitable style of Louis Gomer. Yes. Mag Hair. Yes. Thank you. Rosie, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Rosie Benuelos. Thank you. Absolutely love listening to you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you. Frank, thank you as always. David Kaplan, thank you. Horace, thank you. Timothy W, thank you. Elizabeth, thank you so much. Jeff McDaniel 100. Listening earlier, you were on fire. Tremendous. Thank you. My goodness. Like I said, an average day on the left is you suck, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're nothing, you're not real, you're not good for the left, you're working to help Trump, you're an appeaser, sympathizer, nationalist, every euphemism possible. What about it? What Hillary did? Don't talk about it, Hillary. We voted for her, but let's pontificate about other things. So, yeah, I mean, I have to say, you look at New Orleans is a fun team to watch. I do like watching New Orleans. I think Drew Brees is awesome. I like the New Orleans offense too. But the Eagles were awesome. I like Dallas also. I used to actually also like the Dolphins. That was actually my team. The Raiders and Dolphins were my teams in the pros. When I was younger. Anyways. Rosie, thank you so very much. Frank, now get this. One of Bernie Sanders's advisors is working with Mueller. Isn't that special? Then Michael Cohen, he's like, so proud of Donald Trump Jr. for being open, honest, transparent to the American people. This nonsense needs to end. It's like, it's so stupid. I mean, he has to be trolling everyone. They have to be this tandem trolling team. So, of course, John Brennan, who voted for a commie, wants he's going to protect us from the Russians, right?
That last exchange I had with him, it may have clouded over a very, very important story, and that is that he was told by the intelligence community inspector general's investigator, Frank Rucker, that they had found an anomaly in the emails going to and from Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private server. And it was when they forensically examined the anomaly, they found embedded information, and it was a foreign entity, not Russia, but a foreign entity that was getting every single one of her over 30,000 emails.
Robert Burns, I saw. You're right. Once they pull the security clearances, it's the beginning of the end for old Madam Cyberhack politically.
So wait, Congressman, just to stop you there. So you're saying that in Hillary Clinton's emails, they were forwarded to somebody else?
Yes, and it was because they were hacked. And Horowitz didn't point that out. The previous story, that Comey gave us, well, it was not a good server. There was possible.
Gomer is so great. Frank, thank you. Crack up a beer would be better off. Frank, I got to keep it wholesome for the live stream. I got to keep it Crystal Geyser for the live stream. Yes, it's 10:30 California time. Wow. Cat Mad Dog. Wow, that's cool. Antonio Brown. Wow, that's really cool. That's so awesome. Very, very cool, Cat. Very cool. It's really great. Ben David, thank you. So, I do like the Dallas Cowboys. As people said, somebody asked about my the teams. Yeah, I mean, it's all a bunch of nonsense. Here we go. White supremacists chant of Russia as our friend. The South will rise again. Summarizes several years of neo-Confederate flirtation with Russia. Neo-Confederate, you cannot get, this is the Daily Beast, you cannot, and there's a picture, of course, of Richard Spencer, and I debated Richard Spencer, but nobody else did on the left. Isn't it interesting? And I mean, I'm not on the left anymore, but like, isn't it interesting how everyone's like, look what Richard Spencer, oh, he's a nationalist sympathizer, euphemism, neo-Confederates, supremacist, every single euphemism, but you don't want to go toe-to-toe in terms of intellect. You don't want to just go ahead and say, look, I disagree with you, and here's why, and your viewpoint is dangerous, or your viewpoint is wrong, and here's why. And I did it in a civil way, and it was well over an hour. And at the end, I got him to say what would happen in a theoretical state, which would essentially alluding to genocide. Okay, he didn't say it, but alluded from what I mean. Go ahead and watch. So that's the thing. I debated Richard Spencer, and it was I had the opposite viewpoint of him. I feel that Black citizens, Asian citizens, Latino citizens, all extremely important to America, without which you don't have America. I debated him, and it's just like on the left, like no, don't debate, just condemn. Don't debate, just condemn, and then just churn the same thing over and over again. Well, how about how about a Daily Beast journalist actually just go ahead, debate Richard Spencer, see what happens. His arguments are easily defeated via intellect and reason. I believe that I defeated his arguments in my debate with him. Instead of just simply churning out the same, oh my God, look what's taking place, oh my God, and then linking it some dumb way to Trump. How about you simply say, yeah, all of the fabric of America is composed of everyone from white people to Black people to Latinos to Asians to Asian Americans, Latino Americans, everybody. And you do so with history, and that's it. Mm-hmm. You do so, and you defeat what you don't like with reason and logic, not with fake, phony condemnation from a soapbox of Hillary 2020. Evan Harris, let's keep the $10 going. This is my first super chat, and I'm honored. Much love from West Virginia. I'm going to watch that debate ASAP. Thank you so much. Here it is. I'll send it to you right now. I remember growing up watching the West Virginia college football team. They were pretty good. Who did they have? They would defeat like higher ranked teams. I remember they're a really good team. Some teams they play like really high ranked teams, and they'll defeat those ranked teams. So here's my debate. So here you go. So here's the debate. You can see, and it's something that people on the left don't want to do. They don't want to talk to Richard Spencer because they're afraid of being in a situation where they can't condemn him. The left exists to condemn, not to discuss rationally. Devin Weston, thank you, Devin. Thank you so very much. So, Evan, here's the debate. Devin Weston, thank you so very, very much. I just sent the debate again. So I disagree with Richard Spencer 100%. I'm absolutely 100% opposed to Spencer, and I'm a Trump voter. But say I'm the embodiment of everything the left doesn't want. They don't want people who started on the left who oppose Richard Spencer, but also like Trump. That destroys their propaganda. Why the Daily Beast also wrote a hit piece on me when I was a Bernie bro. There you go. The Daily Beast and others don't like things too far to the left. They don't like things too far to the right. They like them just the cushy middle. Clinton calling black youth super predators. Clinton stating that Mahatma Gandhi was a gas station attendant, and then she apologized for both of those things. Clinton bringing up the assassination of RFK. Oh, she apologized for that too. Pro-Trump hate groups. Letting the Daily Beast know that here's the debate. You want to really defeat anyone's ideology, you debate them. It's just unbelievable. It's like, what I don't like is this disingenuous. The left doesn't really want to defeat any ideology. They want to utilize the most extreme and say Trump is that. And that's it. No, but I won. Ha! Horace, thank you again. Without Nuevo Marx's victim oppressor narrative, the left has gone bupkis. Exactly. Has got bupkis. I mean, this is the thing. There are certain euphemisms that if you want to really like have a discussion about, yes, okay. There's certain like ideologies or value systems that you can have an honest discussion about them on the left, and maybe that they're relevant or they're important to just discuss or talk about. But the left exists only to condemn. Only to condemn. Only to condemn. That's it. That's all they do. So here's the debate again. Okay. Exactly. Virtue signaling. We're better. We're great. You're a really, really, horrible person. You're a horrible person for thinking this way. Real News Headquarters, thank you. Buffalo Bills, New York. That's right. Independence. Thank you. Thank you. Real News Headquarters, thank you. Thank you, Real News Headquarters. Thank you. It's just unbelievable. Like, it's not. It's Bernie Sanders. By the way, Bernie Sanders is part of the Russian hacking myth. They said that they wanted Bernie, Horace, Paul Clank, give HE $2, cuddle and hug the fuzz off a plushie. Real News Headquarters, Q is back. What's your take? Real News Headquarters, I'm not into Q because I don't know who this person or who she or he is. We don't know if they're saying that Assange is okay. I trust the plan. I don't want to trust any plan. If you want to get in theological, only God knows what's happening. Elizabeth Luker, let's keep match going. HA is one of the best straight shooters we got. Thank you, Elizabeth Luker. Thank you so very much. It's very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Horace, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, thank you as always. My God, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, the Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on me, a vile hit piece with just malicious in every way. And all because I was saying that Bernie was going to win and Hillary wasn't going to win. And I was right. And Ross Story just recently wrote a hit piece on me. Why, I don't know. I joined the NRA, and then they're like, oh, yeah, he keeps talking about the uranium sale. I'm like, well, I quote cash flow to Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal. What do you want from my life? I quote the New York Times. What do you want from my life? So there's all this smoke, but no fire with Clinton, and like no smoke or fire or anything. They're like fabricating everything with Trump. It's kind of sad. It's really sad, actually. So and then the whole thing is like, okay, someone destroyed Trump's star. Like, what does that even mean? That's not going to help Democrats win in 2020 because they're not going to win. They're not going to win. So at the end of the day, you're going to see a whole lot of. So Elizabeth, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Elizabeth, for everything. And Frank, thank you. Thank you both for everything. At the end of the day, the guy, John Brennan, voted for. So, and no laws were broken, but of course, let's talk about look at all the nice tweets you get from people about Michael Cohen. Okay, so they're like, "Oh my God." Exactly. Like Larry Elder is 100% right. How do you go from fixer to reviled by the media to valiant in 48 hours? It's like there's no. Oh my God, this meme is hilarious. There's nothing I was looking forward to more than showing Putin that his efforts to influence our election and install a friendly puppet had failed. I know he must be enjoying everything that's happened instead, but he hasn't had the last laugh yet. Hillary Clinton, what kind of fantasy does this meme represent? Install a friendly puppet. Yeah, Obama gave 20% of U.S. uranium. What did we get for it? Money? Like we needed the money. He needed the money. Elizabeth Luker, thank you. Real News Headquarters. Obama was just here in the Adirondacks. He's looking for property in high elevation. Don't know why. Clara Nielsen. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Real News Headquarters. Thank you, Clara Nielsen. Thank you, everyone. My goodness. You are all wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Very, very, very kind of all of you. Thank you. Annenbaum 31458. Bigger you expect, more tax HA. Thank you. Bigger you get, expect more tax HA. Keep cool, you win. Thank you, Annenbaum 31458. You're right. The great thing, though, you know what's interesting? They tried to knock me out in 2016. One of the editors, former editors of Salon, got upset with the current editor of Salon and then she said, "Oh, you know, don't publish H.A. Goodman." But I was published like, I would love to be on Crowder. No, I haven't. But it's unbelievable because like all of these plans, the Raw Story, then this no-name publication I won't even give credit to. They wrote like this person, like this one person at this publication raised like 5-6 hit pieces on me. It's like the only thing apparently, you know, that's written about there is me. Then there's like Wonkette wrote a story, and then oh my goodness, you should see, because when my articles were going viral, every day it would be a complete poop show on Reddit. Because this was when like Hillary was a lock to win. Clara Nielsen, thank you again so very much. As always, thank you, Clara. I am Sylar. The left only knows how to destroy things. Trump star. Exactly. Thank God you and we cut ties with those effing maniacs. Thank you as always. P.S. Someone in the chat saying breaking news, Fusion GPS. It might be regarding... I am Sylar. Thank you as always for just always watching for such a long time, and for your support like from day one. Thank you. So Fusion GPS. Good. So the judge orders. And don't you love pundit fact? Like, oh yeah, this is false. Hugh Hewitt, Peter Strzok's hearing confirmed Republican Congressman Jim Jordan's theory about how the Justice Department got Steele dossier. We know it's from a whole bunch of interactions between Justice Department officials and media and corrupt FBI agents. So it's basically all, it's pretty out there. We learned that Nellie Ohr gave Fusion GPS Bruce Ohr. Yeah. So what's the problem here? I'm not even going to get to this. FBI had multiple copies of dossier from multiple sources. That indicts the FBI even more. The FBI should never, ever, ever allow sources from anywhere else but the United States government. That's it. You have a $35 billion budget for a reason. I am Sylar. Thank you so very much, as always. Patrick Fallon winning Choo Choo's rock song of the night by the Animals when I was young. Yes, Patrick Fallon. Thank you so very much. The Animals. Yes. Amazing group. Thank you. Paul Clank. When Hillary was a lock to win. OMG, that's funny. Exactly. Patrick Fallon, thank you. I am Sylar. Thank you. Clara Nielsen, thank you. Thank you, everybody. My goodness. Thank you, everyone. This is overwhelming. Thank you so very, very much. Fusion GPS doubted the credibility of a major dossier sort. Yeah, of course. Because the thing is, it's all gossip. What happened is WikiLeaks gave everyone this complex, this major complex in their brains. Eric, H526, thank you. Hello, Hal, and everyone. I can't match. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you, Eric, H526. Thank you. So, so Clara McCaskill is going to lose her Senate run in Missouri, which is like devastating for Democrats because they'll lose even more ground in the Senate. And it's just election poll: Hawley versus McCaskill. Yeah, Hawley was up 2. So Josh Hawley's going to win. It's not even like McCaskill, of course, was up 4, and then she was up throughout. Election map, the Republicans have the edge for the Senate. Like the only hope they have, Democrats, is the House, and I think they're not going to get the 24, 23, or 24 seats needed. Because if they didn't get the seats needed with, going into 2016, they're not going to get the seats needed now in the House. But McCaskill only up by 1. That really means that McCaskill's going to lose. And of course, the Russians want. At what point are they going to realize that there's another way of saying the Russians want something that they just lost? There is another word. It's called losing. So. Thank you, everyone. You're all wonderful. You are all wonderful. So Clara McCaskill is going to lose to... Of course, McCaskill leads by 6. This was in June. Now it's... but that's the thing. Josh Hawley. And McCaskill was one of the first, because I remember I was like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Bernie bro or whatever. And McCaskill was the first to say, Bernie can't win. And ladies and gentlemen, again, Bernie Sanders is not, he wanted to reinstate Glass-Steagall, break up banks, to make capitalism work. All this stuff about, capitalism is bad. That's not Bernie's, overall, it's not his mentality. The left is like completely bonkers now regarding a whole lot of things. Key Democrat Clara McCaskill targeted in password stealing scheme. What? By Russian hackers? Oh my God. Russian hackers targeted staff employees. Oh my God, really? Using sophisticated password stealing scheme. Well, at what point is a sophisticated password stealing scheme? How hard is it? How hard is it? I don't want to hear this. How hard is it to change your password? This is the latest attempt that Vladimir Putin remains committed to meddling in U.S. election. How about, even if that's true, how about just winning regardless of Russian meddling? Ever thought of that? Z, thank you so very much. Z, thank you. Have you ever thought of winning despite Russian meddling? Or is it just you lost, so Russian meddling? Like, have Democrats ever thought that maybe they should just win regardless? When Republicans lose, they don't go ahead. This guy, the same Russian hackers from 2016. Really? Well, we still haven't found them. Orchestrated a new unsuccessful cyber attack. Well, thank goodness it's unsuccessful. So what's the problem now? If she loses, she's going to blame him. It's clear Russians are once again targeting Dems. It's beyond a rebuttal. Just laugh. Why would the Russians want more sanctions, more weapons to the Ukraine, all things that Obama didn't do? It makes no sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up very soon. And wrap it up in a couple of minutes. Exactly. Uncle Bobity. Exactly. When it's Democrats are like, just there's nothing going on here. You can't just, you just have to accept the election results and, then they lost. And it's like, no. They have nothing. Like, if you're really into it, like people who watch this channel, I'm into it. If you're really into it, you realize like it's so pathetic. All of this is so pathetic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. You've all been absolutely wonderful. And I can't thank you enough for just supporting this channel and your kind words, your support. Like I told you, every day on the left, every single day was like, you suck, you're horrible, you stink. Thank you. And I just, when Democrats get completely worked, then you'll realize, then we'll all be vindicated once again. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right. Everyone, thank you so very much. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all wonderful. God bless. Thank you. To the super chat, thank you so very, very much. Honestly. And God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone. Sleep well.